Hi everyone, I'm Natalie Peluso, and on this episode of The Hungry Soprano, I am making delicious, healthy, sin-free brownies. Processing the dates first gives us a chance to make sure that they're nice and smooth and soft before we add the other ingredients. See, now they're looking great. Now we add walnuts. Don't worry about chopping them up beforehand, just whole walnuts. Give that a quick pulse as well. Excellent, and then we're just gonna add cacao powder and our espresso powder. That's just freshly ground coffee. Blend this up until it starts to look like really fine potting mix. So you may need to scrape down the sides a couple of times. You'll see in the measurements on the website that it's roughly the same volume of dates to walnuts. Can you see how that's come together now? I'm going to use a brownie pan that I've lined with baking paper here. And what I'm going to do is just press it down into the pan. Ooh, messy fingers! The best part of this job is I get to lick my fingers again. Don't really. Get into the corners really well. Using a spatula is useful for this because you can kind of smooth it out and get it into the corners. Oh wow, this looks so yum! Ta-da! We want our walnuts. Now, I've probably got quite a few here. Don't need all of these. Just to press them into the mix. Now we're going to cover the brownies with an incredible frosting that has my magic ingredient, which is avocado. Now, please don't freak out and go, avocado in chocolate, that's disgusting. It's totally not. Look, do you know how good these are for you? Do you have any idea? Now, we want to do, that's my trick, have you seen that? That's really cool, huh? Just be careful when using knives in the house. This is going to give a beautiful richness and depth to this frosting, and all, of course, the wonderful things that make avocado so healthy for you. Although some people say, oh, but avocados are so full of fat, you shouldn't eat them all that often, and that's just total nonsense, I'm sorry. The sort of fat you shouldn't be eating all the time is, you know, you all know what bad fat is, people. Rice malt bran syrup, dark brown rice malt, whatever, I can't remember what it, brown rice malt syrup. Say that 3 times fast, because I can't. This is going in as our sweetener. Gloopy, green, sweet, yum. More cacao, some salt, and you can't see it, but it's there. It's cinnamon, people, yes. So, vanilla. Use a vanilla bean if you're posh and you have one at home. Otherwise, use vanilla essence, but don't buy vanilla flavoring because, you know, what's the point? We whiz, right? You want to blend until there is no more green. You can have little bits of green in it anyway. It's just people might say, what's the green? And then you have to say avocado, and then they go, why is there avocado in my brownie? And then you have to go, well, you know, taste it and see, and blah, 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 blah. If you don't have any green, no one will ever know. And I just think you've made the most incredible, insane frosting that they've ever tasted, and they won't believe it's healthy for them. Oh, so much chocolate. Yeah, that looks wonderful. Have a look at this. Ah, does that not look amazing? And this is where our glorious frosting, oh wow, comes into play. Come out and play. No need to get too artful with it, although I can't help it sometimes. To decorate, I've got some raw cacao nibs, or you could use grated dark chocolate. and some goji berries, which I've pre-soaked a little bit in water. When you buy them, they're often very dry and sugary. I like them when they've had a little bit of moisture. They're a little softer and you can actually taste them. The flavor is much, much more pronounced. And what's the point of putting them on if you can't taste them? And dried cranberries. The cranberries just cuts through any of the extra sweetness. Yum. And I've got them, so let's use them. Beautiful. In the freezer for another, well, until you can resist eating them. Let's slice it up and see how it looks. Look how glossy. Oh, look at that. Can you see how dense, fudgy, chewy? Oh, yummy. Look at that. I'm gonna have to try some. You wanna try some with me? Oh my word. Look. Delicious. Healthy, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, no refined sugar, guilt-free, sin-free brownie. Excuse me while I go and finish this off somewhere in private. If you make this, please, I'd love to see your photos. I'm just really thrilled to see that you actually make the things that I'm showing you. Share them on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, wherever, Facebook, and tag them with Hungry Soprano. All the measurements and ingredients on my website, hungrysoprano.com. Until next time.